am a part of all I have met, yet all experience is an arc bared through, gleams at untraveled world whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use, as though to breathe where life piled on life, were all too little and of one to me. Little remains, but every hour is saved from that eternal silence. Something more, a bringer of new things, and while it were. For some 3 suns to store and hoard myself, and this grey spirit earning in desire to follow knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. Here, Ulysses declares that it is his travels and encounters that have shaped who he is. I'm a part of all that I have met, he asserts. He has traveled far and wide and has involved himself in many adventures. His travel has inspired him to pursue knowledge and experience all the more. Now, having led a restful life in his own island, he thirsts for more adventures and voyages. And it is only when he is traveling that the margin of the globe that he has not yet traversed shrink and fade and cease to goad him. He compares his experience to an arch gateway. It's a fine metaphor. Through the gate, there shines or gleams that part of the world which he has not seen. So, what Ulysses means is that his past sailings has inspired him to undertake more to see the other part of the world which he has not seen, because there are many untraveled areas and he wants to explore more. He is not able to put an end to his life of travel and adventure. He becomes dull, mentally and physically. He is inactive, like a sword which gets rusted when not used. He declares that it is boring to stay in one place, and that to remain stationary is to rest rather than to shine. To stay in one place is to pretend that all there is to life is a simple act of breathing. There is only presence, nothing doing. Whereas he knows that in fact life contains, much novelty. And he is hungry for more knowledge and experiences. He longs to encounter this. His spirit yearns constantly for new experiences that will broaden his horizons. And he wishes to follow knowledge like a sinking star and forever grow in wisdom and in learning. He thinks that he has become old. Now only a little portion of his life is left. So he thinks that he should spend his remaining years in acquiring knowledge. And every hour, if he utilizes for acquisition of knowledge, is saved from death. There is an expression of 3 suns, which stands for 3 years. What Ulysses refers is the possibility of living for 3 years more. So he wishes to spend that 3 years also in acquiring more knowledge and experience. This is my son, mine own Telemachus, to whom I leave the scepter and the isle, well loved of me, discerning to fulfill this labor by slow prudence to make mild a rugged people, and through soft degrees subdue them to the useful and the good. Most blameless is he, centered in the sphere of common duties, decent not to fail, in offices of tenderness and pay. Meet adoration to my household gods when I am gone. He works his work, I mine. Ulysses now speaks to an unidentified audience concerning his son Telemachus, who will act as his successor while the great hero resumes his travels. So, Ulysses has taken a decision to let his son inherit his kingdom. So, leaving his kingdom to his son, he will set sail to acquire more knowledge and experience. This is my son, mine own Telemachus, to whom I leave the scepter and the isle. The scepter is a road, it is a symbol of royal authority. And the isle is a island, kingdom. Ulysses leave his kingdom and authority to his son. So Ulysses has a very high opinion of his son Telemachus. He loves his son who is so wise and prudent enough to discharge the duties of a king as his successor and the ruler of kingdom. So, in Ulysses' opinion, Telemachus is good enough to perform his duties in a decent and in a very careful manner. He will do his responsibilities towards his mother and also to the kingdom. So, he praises his son's capabilities as a ruler, praising his prudence, dedication, and devotion to the gods. Telemachus will do his work of governing the island, while Ulysses will do his work of traveling the seas. He works his work, I mine.